In this episode, I want to talk about the reflexive personal pronoun Cebя, or oneself. So because it's reflexive, it's going to refer back to something or someone. In this case, Cebя refers to the agent or the subject of the clause. Of the clause that it's in. So it has no nominative form. As you can see, this looks kind of like Cebя, right? So this is like already in an accusative or genitive case. So there's no nominative form because it can't be the subject because it's reflecting back on the subject. So, but it appears or declines in all the other cases, and it does decline like the, right? So it also doesn't change the gender or number. So you would use Cebя whether you were referring to a male subject or a female subject or a plural subject. So it's always going to just be Cebя. So it declines like this. Exactly as you'd expect, since it declines like the. And remember, there's no nominative form because it can't be the subject. It is only referring to the subject or reflecting back. So let's look at some examples in the different cases. In the genitive case, он работает у себя дома. Right? So we know у always requires the genitive. So he works at home, basically. Ты купил подарок для себя. Did you buy a present for yourself? Right? And again, для requires the genitive, and we see that it's Cebя and Cебя, regardless of whether it's on or ты or она, whatever. It's always going to be Cebя in the genitive case. So let's look at the dative case. Some examples. Я послал фото себе, to myself, right? So I sent a photo to myself. Or я купила себе книгу. I bought a book for myself. Or to myself, right? In the accusative case, we can look at some more examples. Как вы себя чувствуете? Как вы себя чувствуете? How do you feel? Like, how do you feel yourself to be? And this is a common phrase. Я чувствую себя хорошо. Right? I feel well. Instrumental case. Мы взяли Kniги с собой. And again, this is a common phrase. Со собой. Взять что-то со собой. In this case, books, right? So to bring something with yourself. Сегодня я не доволен собой. Today I'm not pleased with myself, right? And then we also would use Cебя in the instrumental case if we were using prepositions, instrumental prepositions, right? So like между or перед. So они спорили между собой. So they argued amongst themselves, right? So always after между you have the instrumental. Он не мог владеть собой. He could not control himself, right? And then finally, let's look at prepositional examples. Ты думаешь только о себе. So you think only about yourself. And always after о, we're going to use the prepositional case. Она уверена в себе. In this case, the в is the prepositional в. So she has confidence in herself. В. In. Or another prepositional case preposition. Он всегда имеет при себе деньги. So he always has money like on his person. So those are the ways to use Cебя in the different cases. And remember, there is no nominative case version because it can't be the subject. And it's always going to refer just to the subject or the agent of the clause that it's in. And remember, there are lots more clauses are separated in Russian with commas, and they're often not in English. So pay attention and make sure you know which agent it's referring to in particular. There are also some useful verbs. Some useful verbs that go with Cebя. So like I said before, брать со собой, or to take along with oneself, or вести себя, to behave or conduct oneself. Ты ведешь себя как ребенок. So you're behaving like a child, or you're conducting yourself like a child. Another useful verb, представлять себя, to imagine to oneself, or to represent something to oneself. Another one that we've already looked at, чувствовать себя, to feel. So я чувствую себя хорошо, я чувствую себя плохо, right? To feel oneself. So I feel well or I feel poorly. And then it's also used in a number of idiomatic expressions. So я подумал про себя. So подумать про себя is to think to oneself. Она очень хороша собою. So she's very good looking. Он вышел из себя. So he lost his temper, or to sort of step out of yourself. Выйти из себя. Ему как-то не по себе. Быть не по себе is to be not oneself. Это само собой разумеется. So to go without saying, само собой разумеется. And then the пойти к себе, to go to home or go to your room or go to whatever is your space. So она пошла к себе домой. So those are just some useful expressions using себя. And some examples.